Number 10. Snake soup. Would you eat a cobra, python were cut up and served on a plate to you? Would you chew it and lick your lips afterwards? Snake soup has been a national delicacy for more than 2,000 years. If you understand the importance of snakes in Chinese culture, you would know why. This meal is not only eaten for enjoyment, but people also consume it for medicinal benefits. Parts of a snake are a staple ingredient in Chinese traditional medicine. An agricultural and medicinal plant book from 100 AD even recorded the benefits. The Chinese believe that snake soup has a yang or warming effect on the body, and this helps balance the effects of winter, which has a yin or cooling effect. People believe the soup increases the male sex drive, improves blood circulation, and has healing powers. The cuisine contains 2 types of snake meat: a little chicken, pork bone, ginger, herbs, mushrooms, and chrysanthemum leaves. The broth has a combination of a sweet and spicy flavor. Many people say that the shredded snake tastes like chicken with a tougher flesh. The number of restaurants selling snake soup has dwindled because young people are not so interested in preparing it or even eating it. But I guess this probably shouldn't deter you from experimenting. I mean, it's up to you, but I'm sure the snake is happy you aren't. Number 9. Bird nest soup. Who would have thought that birds' nests could be cooked and eaten? But in China, bird nest soup is not only a sought-after delicacy, harvesting and selling it is a popular and lucrative business. Swiftlets are Southeast Asian birds that live in dark caves. During their breeding season, the males use their saliva to make nests in 35 days. Once air touches sticky saliva, it hardens. The end product is a shallow, cupped nest with a jelly-like texture. The swiftlets' nests, which have been part of recipes for 400 years, are prized in Chinese culture because they're rare, very nutritious, and they're rich in flavor. It also contains protein, magnesium, iron, potassium, and calcium. That's from what I hear anyways. It's hard to say if this is actual nutritional benefits. The nest is soaked in water, then steamed. After that, the chefs cook the nest in broth to make bird nest soup. While the nest itself doesn't have much of a taste, Chinese people believe it maintains youth, increases libido, promotes a strong, healthy body, and improves skin texture. Bird's nest can also be added to desserts like egg tarts or cooked with rice to prepare bird nest boiled rice or bird nest congee. Now, if you had access to the swiftlets' bird nest, what would you do with it? Would you add it to soup or cook it with beef? Number 8. Beggar's chicken. You would think that chicken comes only boiled, fried, or baked, but the way the Chinese prepare it determines if it's chicken for the wealthy or beggar's chicken. According to the history of the dish, it all started in Hangzhou. Once upon a time, a beggar at the village of Changshu Prefecture had the fantastic luck of having a chicken to eat, but he only had a knife and fire. He had no other equipment to turn the chicken into a sumptuous meal. Well, he had to make do with what he had. He slaughtered and gutted the chicken. He couldn't remove the feathers, so he left them there. Then he wrapped it in yellow mud and roasted it. The end product looked kinda like a giant potato. The beggar peeled off the mud from the chicken skin and the feathers fell away with it. After that, he filled his hungry stomach with the dish. You'll find beggar's chicken in Zhejiang province in China. And of course, Hangzhou restaurants serve the tastiest versions of this meal. Meat is tender, and it has a savory aroma. Served in a lotus leaf, which makes it fresher and less greasy, you can combine beggar's chicken with rice and vegetables. The modern way of preparing beggar's chicken is similar to the story, but modern chefs use more hygienic and sanitary conditions, making the cuisine cleaner and healthier. Number 7. Bamboo rice. One other unusual food is bamboo rice. Like all things in Chinese culture, the locals have passed down the history of this rice through generations. In the tropical areas of Yunnan province, people went to farm and hunt in the dense forests. Instead of taking food from home that could become stale, they devised a means of preparing and eating fresh food while at work. They took raw ingredients like rice, meat, and spices from home. When they wanted to eat lunch, they mixed them with a little spring water in a bamboo tube. They sealed it up with banana leaves, and then they baked it over a fire till the bamboo turned black and the food was ready. While ethnic groups in Yunnan initially enjoyed bamboo rice, it's become popular among other ethnic groups in Guangxi. This Chinese cuisine has 2 types: normal and fragrant bamboo tube rice. The regular version has a distinctive taste. The meal is soft and has the flavor of rice and bamboo, and the tube is cut into 2 or 4 pieces for a group of people to share. The fragrant bamboo is the preferred choice among the two. It's about 40 centimeters, the size of a wine cup with fresh and tender joints. The rice remains fresh for a longer period too. It can be kept up to 10 hours and eaten hot or cold. Number 6. Pig brain. Some Chinese love to prepare every part of an animal to avoid waste. No wonder pig brain is a delicacy in China. The creamy, soft part of the animal is barbecued or boiled in spicy hot pot broth to give it the consistency of tofu. One special variety of this dish is the grilled pig brain. Locals in the Sichuan, Yunnan region consume it as a tasty snack. Chefs prepare the meal by mixing the entrails with sea pepper and powdered pepper, among other ingredients. The meal gives your brain the right sizzling experience while maintaining a softness that makes it melt in your mouth. To get the best version of the dish, visit Yunnan, Chengdu, or Chongqing. Number 5. Bee pupae. What comes to your mind when you hear the word bee? An insect that stings or the tasty honey it produces? Whatever you think, you're probably not going to think about the stages of development a bee goes through before it becomes an adult. But the Chinese have found quite a use for it. Stir-fried, cold-fried, steamed, or fried golden, bee pupae is a delicacy in several parts of China. There's also crispy bee pupae cake. This meal has low fat and high protein. You can either chew the crispy delicacy alone or eat it with sauce and vegetables. You can find fried bee pupae as street food in Zhenjiajie, Southeast Guizhou, Yunnan Province, and Fenghuan Ancient Town. Besides bee pupae, people also prepare grasshoppers, worms, spiders, scorpions, and centipedes as food. Number 4. Crocodile meat. Chinese eat the widest variety of exotic meats in the world. They can't keep their hands off them. They make delicacies and traditional medicine out of whatever they can find. Crocodile is exotic meat that is popular in Guangdong Province. Since food is an integral part of Chinese culture and they love to eat anything possible, as long as it's nutritious, crocodiles have become a delicacy that you can prepare in a variety of ways. This exotic meat, which has a chickeny taste, can be stir-fried, boiled, steamed, stewed, barbecued, or added to a regular dish. Because of its rarity and popularity, 85% of crocodile exports from Africa go directly to China. The consumption of this meat dates as far back as the Ming Dynasty in the 16th century. People thought crocodiles cured respiratory diseases like asthma. They still believe it has nutritional and medicinal value. Do you want to try out some crocodile cuisine? You can check various crocodile recipes and pick something that suits your taste. Try the crocodile soup for a herbal remedy, or stir-fried crocodile with spicy black bean sauce. Number 3. Stinky tofu. I mean, the name really says it all. This dish is a stinky cuisine. Some people say it smells like rotten eggs. If you're new to China, the smell can be really overpowering. You can even identify it from a block away. Stinky tofu is a popular street food sold by vendors and restaurants. Cooks mix tofu with fermented milk, meat, spices, and bamboo shoots to prepare the food. Then they soak it in brine or very salty water for months. Once the composition is ready, they cut the tofu into squares and deep fry it. Invented in the Qing Dynasty, stinky tofu is black or dark brown with a rough exterior and a soft interior. While it might smell and look like garbage, it has a really exquisite taste. It almost melts in the mouth like cheese. You can eat this cuisine with fresh scallions and a spicy sauce. You can even eat it served in stew or sauce. Although you will find this meal in almost every city in China, not all stinky tofus are created equal. Changsha boasts the most famous among the lot, followed by Nanjing and Shaoxing. This tofu has a heavenly taste with a hellish smell, but if you can ignore the scent, you'll enjoy your meal. But if you can't stand strong odors, try some of the other strange food we've already discussed. Number 2. Turtle shell jelly. The Chinese love to turn their medicine into food. Tortoise shell jelly is not exempt. It's both a dessert and a traditional medicine. The story about the success of this dish goes as far back as between 1861 and 1875. Tongzhi, the 10th emperor of the Qing dynasty, nearly cured his smallpox by eating this dish. His mother, Empress Dowager Shuxi, convinced the emperor to stop taking the meal and worship her idol instead to obtain the cure. A short time after he quit his regimen, he died. Called galanjeo, the golden coin turtle was the primary ingredient of the turtle jelly. But in modern times, some varieties of this dish are from other species, while others have no turtle ingredients in them at all. The jelly that has the golden coin turtle is usually expensive and can only be found in China. Herbs and turtle shell powders are ingredients in the dessert. The Chinese believe that galangaleo improves skin texture, helps with blood circulation, and assists with muscle growth. Tortoise jelly is dark brown or black. It tastes bitter, but you can add honey or other sweeteners to it. What about you? Would you like to try out some turtle jelly? If you pretend that it's Jell-O, you could probably just add it as dessert to any 3-course meal. Number 1. Century eggs. This egg is also known as a 1,000-year-old egg, a 100-year-old egg, black egg, millennium egg, or skin egg. But let the name not deter you if you want to taste it. Nobody preserves the egg for hundreds of years. Century eggs were invented in the Ming Dynasty between 1368 and 1644. A rural farmer was doing some business in muddy waters when he found naturally preserved duck eggs. He tasted it, loved it, and decided to turn it into a frequent meal through artificial preservation. Right now, century egg is a snack delicacy sold on the streets of China. Besides duck eggs, they use chicken and quail eggs for the dish too. They preserve the egg in lime salt, freshly burnt wood ashes, strong black tea, clay, and rice hulls. Cooks preserve century eggs for 7 weeks to 5 months, or until the yolk turns green and the white turns dark brown and jelly-like. Century eggs are crystal-like in appearance with snowflake patterns, and the yolk is smooth and buttery with a strong cheese flavor. But it has a strong sulfur smell too. You can take the egg alone or combine it with other dishes to make a complete meal. For a quick snack, eat the egg as it is, or add soy sauce to enhance the taste. For a richer experience, serve with cold tofu or mix with pork congee. Although people preserve it for a long time, century eggs taste cool and clean. The Chinese believe they can cure hoarseness and reduce the effects of alcohol. So which of these would you prefer to try out? Would you bury your teeth into the softness of pig brain or stinky tofu? Or would you rather enjoy exotic delicacies like crocodile, snake, and the bird's nest? Thanks for watching, and let me know in the comments what you'd be willing to try out first. Remember to subscribe to World List, and I'll see you next time on the channel.